sell merch.
And welcome, everyone, to another episode of Failed Hero Points, an actual play of the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Adventure Path Outlaws of Alkenstar. Hi.
Greetings.
Hello.
Hello.
We have a nearly full house here today. How's everyone doing, friends?
Great.
Good.
Rockin'. We are in the middle of a lot of stuff right now. I guess I should go through the normal stuff. Man, I'm off my game today. With us today, we have Effigy Drums playing Angel Swordsborn the Bard. We have Morbird playing Inari the Psychic. We have Shave Maddox playing Jacksonius the Gunslinger. We have Scale playing Ruxel the Rogue. We have Patrick playing Kelvin the Inventor. And we have the Davy playing Vrilla Zest the Swashbuckler. We are down 1 UV playing Gerai Deyu the Cleric. But, you know, who needs healing anyway?
Well, maybe not in this fight.
Yeah, in this fight, you've got it pretty well handled. So, a lot of stuff happened last episode. Last session. What do we remember, fellas?
We're robbing a stagecoach
But why?
because we switched to a life of crime.
Okay.
We're stealing the stagecoach so we can pretend to be members of the Shield Marshals so we can break into their headquarters for something.
Are we gonna just not even recap how we put a halfling in a barrel and rolled him through the streets and told Shield Marshals he was a miserable drunk, that we were just getting home?
We're trying to forget it,
We're
really.
gonna gloss over that, huh?
See, I wasn't here during any of this, so I would absolutely love to hear what the heck y'all did.
Oh, that's right, you weren't. So, yeah. So 2 sessions ago, remember we were in a big fight in the Gilded Gunner's lair, and basically everyone hates Muglin is what it came down to. And in the end, we were allowed to leave with him in our captivity. And our plan for getting him back to the Bullet and Barrel safely was to put the hat of disguise on him to slightly alter his appearance because he's very recognizable. Put him in a barrel, roll him down the street, and then we were stopped by Shield Marshals, and we just said, "It's just our friend who's a little too drunk, and we were just kind of having fun. We're sorry. We'll just get him back, and we won't make any more trouble." And they believed us, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, but before all that, we tried to tell him it was something else, right? It was
I
definitely
think we
not.
put a hat disguise on them too,
Made him
didn't
look
we?
like a goblin.
Yeah.
We made him look like a goblin. I couldn't remember what we disguised him as, but yeah, we were like, "Oh, this is our little goblin buddy. We're gonna get him back and sober him up with some pickle juice, and he'll be all right." And I thought we were gonna have to fight them Shield Marshals, because were we just rolling low on our deception checks, or was it just that we were doing something so ridiculous that, man, I thought we weren't gonna get out of it.
It was
We
kind of
definitely
a
missed
combination of
one.
both, really.
Yeah, if I recall, they thought it was awfully conspicuous that it was banging around so much before we revealed there was actually a humanoid in there.
Yeah, rolling an empty beer keg down the street and it going gunk 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 with every roll made them go,
And then someone, after all this, decided to throw some extra things in there so it was less.
Garbage. Threw garbage
Yeah.
in there with them to soften, make it a more pleasant ride for him.
But we did it, and then we got back and we rested up, and the next morning we had a surprise visit. Does anybody remember who that was from?
This was from the Duchess, or what was her name?
Yeah, the Duchess of Alkenstar.
Yeah.
Brianna Restia, I believe.
She kind of Princess Leia us, and we're her only hope right now, it seems. So, although she wasn't a hologram, she was actually there. Yeah.
So what led to this whole situation?
Wasn't it the Duchess that tipped us off about our quarry being in
Yes,
The
but what
shield
is the point
marshals?
of well, it's not in the shield marshal. You are going to break into, and by that I mean jam yourselves into this clockwork stagecoach, which is on autopilot currently, to go into the well, it might not be on autopilot. Who knows? Uh, you it is set to go into the lair of the shield marshals, like their whole like headquarters. You were specifically told, Varilla, as a like emphasis of, hey, if you do this, you guys will all get pardoned, including your brother, who is currently in jail.
Oh, she's all about that. She
Yeah.
loves and hates her brother.
So it's a full pardon for everyone if you do this. Now, the doing of this is to get information from uh oh gosh, Lovelace, from Lovelace's offices, to figure out where you can get where you could find or possibly get more information about uh
About the
Parsis,
buyers of the Pyronite, right?
yeah, Parsis and Ibrium, the buyer of the Pyronite, whom you've done a little bit of looking around, trying to find some information. What you found is, I believe, Ibrium is kind of a high roller hanging out with kind of the upper crust crowd. And you found one name in particular that had something to do, or that they've kind of been hobnobbing together.
Christia Tomwind.
Yeah, that sounds right. Uh, so yeah, that's pretty much what you're doing. You're gonna sneak into the Shield Marshal's lair. But first, you have to hold up this stagecoach in order to get in there and utilize it. Now, there are two nerdlingers who are hanging out inside of the cabin because they are scared. You have murdered one of the corrupt shield marshals, which you can tell a corrupt shield marshal pretty easily by if they have some form of like broken heart emblem on themselves somewhere. That means they're one of Lovelace's goons slash cronies. And these people are, they look like they're off of the stagecoach, but they're actually on top of the stagecoach, hanging out on top, shooting at you guys from up there where they have some lesser cover at all times. I think that brings us up to the current situation. Yes?
I am sated.
So, we are at the top of round 3. It is, according to this tracker, Ruxel's turn.
All right. I am going to. She's still on top of the
Yeah, she's over here.
button
Actually,
cover.
back on.
I think she's like ducking down, correct?
I believe, yeah, they've been taking cover underneath.
All right. I'm going to put my rapier pistol away, reload my striking piercing wind, and take a shot at her.
Okay, let's see what happens. All right, that gets past the cover AC. Go ahead and roll damage. She takes a hit. You guys are also not in the middle of town, as this map implies. You are on the outskirts of Alkenstar, outside of the wall, in the desert area. We are using a combination of maps that exist and the imagination sphere.
That makes a little bit more sense in my brains now.
Yes. You would like to know that she takes 12 damage from that
Alright.
bullet piercing into her, like straight into her butt. She goes, "Ouch, my ass."
But
You
And that
shot
was my
my
turn.
ass.
I sheathed the weapon, reloaded, and fired. That was 3.
Why'd you shoot me in the ass, Jacksonius?
It- Only thing I could see.
All right, this is a
She took cover, but she was like Catherine Zeta-Jones in that one movie that we all know because we're of a certain age.
Entrapment.
yeah, I almost said it. Oh. It's a good movie.
I really got to deal with that.
I don't know this one. What is
Oh,
it?
What?
I don't
Very-
either.
Entrapment.
Oh man, there's a very
Catherine
famous
Zeta-Jones
trailer
and
for
Yeah.
Sean
Entrapment. It's
Connery.
Catherine Zeta-Jones and Sean Connery, yes. And like, there's a point where Catherine Zeta-Jones is going like through lasers because like it's a
It was
she's
the
a-
early 2000s.
yeah, it's late 90s, early 2000s, and there's a point where she's like in a skin tight catsuit and she's like putting her butt in the air to get around lasers and whatnot.
And
You
then,
will watch this trailer and you'll be like, I remember this for some reason.
and then they tried to do it again in the what is it, the Oceans movie that she was also in? I feel like. But with
Oh, did they do that?
Well,
in the
it was with
Ladies'
a
Ocean?
with a fast spinning gentleman, Italian guy, I think. But I think she was in that movie. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
so,
what you doing?
it's, clear shot, top of the wagon here. Yeah.
Well, I
There
mean,
she is.
it's kind of clear, and she's getting still cover as she took cover.
Okay.
And she's like, so the top of the, I'm going to describe this a little bit more. The top of the stagecoach has kind of like walls built up on the sides of it, right? So they are kind of taking cover behind, well, one of them's dead, but the other one is still taking cover behind this wall. So you're having to deal with shooting through slash, you know, waiting for an opportune moment of her like ass to stick up real in
What's
order,
the noise or-
like large enough for her to get shot in it.
Okay, cool. All right. Well then, let's just. Oh, what do I got here? I don't remember what I'm at for my reloads. Just gonna go
Well,
ahead.
I don't
and
see that you are loaded, so
I will
you
use
probably
my
need to read.
first action to reload that one.
Regular reload.
Reload.
You know what? 3 actions. I tell you, it's just. Oh, I guess I'm reloading both of them. 2 actions. Now for my third action, I will actually fire.
Okay. Yeah, that'll hit.
Oh, okay.
Barely though. She's got that cover.
You got that dog in her.
All right, 13 points of damage. She's looking real rough. Kelvin?
All right. Well, I'm just gonna throw a hammer.
Mm-hmm.
How do I do that in the new HUD?
Click on
Um,
her.
Yeah, I got her targeted.
Click
yeah,
on your
and-
hammer.
Click on one of your hammer icons there.
It looks like it's just a. It's doing a melee attack instead of a throw.
That's the same. It's the same difference.
Okay.
Because of Courageous,
Courageous
Anthem,
Anthem.
that is a hit. Actually, oh no, she's taking cover. That is not a hit.
Boo.
Oh. All right.
Close up the cover.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use that take cover action and say that she is. Boom. There we go. Now her AC will actually actively reflect that correctly. So, kapank straight off the wall of this thing.
So how does this do map then? Does it do it automatically?
Nope. So it is in the lower left-hand corner is your map -4. Lower right-hand corner is -8 if you hover on top of your little icon. By little, I mean surprisingly large.
Arr.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I'm gonna throw again.
Also, that's how you. Yep, that's a miss. If you want to toggle the throne on, you can do that. If you look in the upper right-hand corner, there's a little like returning arrow thing. That's how you
Ah,
toggle on the throne,
neat.
which I did just for that one.
All right. I'm gonna just throw one more time.
Okay, tang, tang, and tang. Just whiff, whiff, whiff.
Stupid map. All right. Well,
It's map, and she's taking cover, so her AC is pretty high right now. Gerai. They've been needle darting, right?
I think so. Maybe Moo. Oh no, there's gonna be cover either way. Yep. I forgot that character was taking cover. Yeah, go ahead, Needle Dart. That'll be fun.
Let's do a needle dart. This is actually pretty easy to do with this.
this is no time for doing needlepoint
Misses.
artwork.
Needle dirts.
Misses, and then will probably just raise a symbol.
Or if you say it 3 times, you summon a prick.
No, I'm just going to ignore this.
God damn it.
You got him.
It's interesting. It's interesting what triggers scale. Apparently, it's Patrick's whole vibe.
It's not hard. That's for sure. I am a simple joke man.
Well, she's been having you crescent cross her up or them up to this point. Just so you know what we've been forcing you to do. Varilla?
Oh, sorry. I
But Dabby was taking
definitely not. Not yet. I was definitely not doing work. Well, Vrilla is going to run up next to it and see if she can just. Yeah, she's gonna run up. Zoop. If she
Okay.
drops down, does it look like she? Can she like easily see her? How high is the floorboards?
How high are the floorboards?
Yeah, so like, does she have to drop prone to stab her?
She's okay. So she's
Oh, no, she's on the top. Okay.
on top. So you'd have to climb up it.
She will do that.
Okay. How's your climb speed?
Climb speed. Do not have one.
Okay, so either you can climb or make this kind of a leap action. So give me an athletics roll either way. Actually, with the new thing, it should be able to give an action. Well, no, I have to still give you a DC for that. But
Yeah, she's gonna try to obviously run up and jump and make it look really, really cool. Basically,
yeah.
she's gonna try to like take a couple of steps up the side, like up on a little side step, then off the wheel, and then she's gonna leap dramatically into the thing. That's gonna be amazing.
so by leap dramatically, you mean you bounce off the side of the stagecoach and land on your feet still. But man, you're embarrassed.
Well, that was silly.
Uh-huh.
Then she's just going to. She's going to yell and be like, maybe I didn't get up here next time, but you're toast. And she's gonna try to intimidate her.
Oh boy, okay. So if you target her
She is targeted.
and you click on the actual demoralize thing, then it goes up against the actual DC now, which is neat. But let's see if that actually does anything. That is a success. So, she is frightened. You gain panache.
Where is the demoralize action on the new HUD?
Okay, there's two people watching. We have a new HUD, so we're working around this. It seems to work pretty well. It's just getting used to the new schmutz with it. So you can add it via the settings for it. So it's just on your hotbar there. Or if you click on the little saves, core skills, and lore skills thing, it'll pull up a whole bunch of stuff. And underneath intimidation, you can click on the little arrow, and that'll drop down with all the actions you can do.
Oh, I even found a super duper easy way to do it. If you just put it in, I just realized it just pulls from your action thing in your, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's super easy.
Also, I just realized on those things, you can drop down and see if you're doing an athletics check of some sort, like a trip or a grapple or whatnot. There's map buttons on those now, so that will roll your map right on that, which makes life simpler.
Nice.
Yeah.
That okay, so you clicked on the action version of it, not the roll version of it though. So that's where, yeah, there you go. See how that works now?
Yup.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah,
And then
that, just playing with it.
yep, you have panache. She is frightened 1. I think you still have 1 action.
Run, fail, scare.
Yeah, the fails counts as part of the run and leap action.
Ah, okay.
Does it?
No,
I think it's actually technical.
I think it's 3.
Adriel.
I really fully expected this person to be dead by now.
I'm very
What?
shocked.
We have missed a lot, and she's pretty far away. So, Adriel will start closing the distance. There's a 1. Gonna go. There's a 2. And I will try a strike. Or should I just inspire everyone? No, I'll just I'll go for it. I'll go for an attack.
Hit that extends it, doesn't it? Or no, you already extended it once with that, didn't you?
Yeah, I already did. So there's so much going on. I don't know. The flanked actually isn't there for real, so I don't know if that's gonna count.
Oh yeah, that's okay, it is exactly a hit.
Oh my. Thank you for that frightened.
Yep.
Hey.
Okay, if this doesn't do it, well, that was a pretty low roll, but come on, still.
It does not do it.
Oh, come on.
She looks really badly hurt though.
Inari, don't let this person don't let them get a turn. We've had an entire round, everyone, and we haven't been able to go from like badly wounded to dead.
Okay. Okay.
No pressure.
Okay.
Oh, brother. Alrighty.
Alright, so,
Is it? Should I shoot at her or cast a spell?
up to you.
How far away am I?
Spell.
40 feet. Okay.
It's there. Again,
45 feet.
this has been a constant of this combat.
Okay. Hit her with a needle dart.
All right.
Deedle Narts.
Yep.
Cheetle fart.
Deedle nart, deedle nart.
Cheetle farts from Don Cheadle's butt. Hit.
Oh my, that frightened is coming in again.
Yep. And you can describe your kill.
Huzzah!
These needling darts.
Anari sends this needle dart over Varilla's shoulder and right into her eye.
Oh, blech. Okay.
Not Varilla's eye. Dead guy's eye.
Straight through Verilla's eye into the other person. Oh, did you get a soundboard?
Oh, I've had it.
Nice
She
of you to know.
dies. She dies, and the encounter ends. Except it's still kind of going on. You've got two nerdlingers on the inside, but they are just kind of hidden and frightened, and they didn't take any sort of actions to attack you. You guys are surrounding the stagecoach that has them inside of it and no one else, and there are two automatons pulling this thing. So, what is your plan?
What is a nerdlinger?
They're two nerdy treasure guard.
Yeah, there's
Ah.
one nerd looks like this.
They were the drivers of the coach.
The other
Or
nerd looks like this.
So,
the two guards who were on top.
so you said
Is that girl a vampire?
I think she's a Dampier.
you said this thing, these automaton horses, whatever they're called, are or aren't still moving.
They're currently not moving because there's no one controlling them.
Okay, can we like block off all exits of the of the stagecoach here? Like make sure they can't escape.
Yeah, totally, easily.
Yeah, let's just do a quick surround of the stagecoach. I don't think they're going to be a problem, but we, you know,
Better safe than sorry.
yeah, we
Yeah.
might want to have a little talk with them, encouraging them to be quiet.
Well, we gotta wear their outfits though, right?
I was gonna say, Vrilla's gonna take the little badges
Right.
that these guys have, if they still have them.
Wait. Okay. So, people know who their coworkers are. Okay.
Oh,
Let's look at it that way. You're using this as a vessel to deliver you onto the bowels of the Shield Marshal's den. Okay? Then you will have to sneak around so that you are not spotted, or wear some sort of disguise that makes you look exactly like one of their colleagues, right? You know, if you're
And-
trying to get past people.
Oh, I get what you're
And
saying.
From what I remember of illusory disguise spell is not good enough to exactly impersonate someone. Just
Yeah.
as an FYI.
What about the
basically
hats of disguise?
Look like someone else, but not
Hats of
someone.
disguise are illusory
That's-
disguise. A
yeah.
hat of disguise is a hat which lets you cast illusory disguise. So
Well,
Gotcha.
we only got 4 max outfits here, right? We're gonna have to make these nerds strip down, right?
are they wearing a uniform?
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
they're all in uniform. But
Yeah.
I think what Fogel was saying is, as a reminder, people recognize their coworkers. So if we are expecting Patrick and Fogel in uniform to arrive, and Scale and Shave arrive, we're like, that doesn't look like the two people whose faces and bodies we recognize. These
We
are,
are.
in fact, people who are of different gender and size and with drastically different voices. So I think we need them to drive us in almost.
Can
That
we
makes
convince them that their coworkers were bad guys?
I think we gotta.
I guess we'd have to talk to them and then.
Hello,
we
fellow
say out loud
nerds.
in front of them.
Hello.
Wagon.
Yeah, I suppose let's just talk to them and get their. Let's feel them out.
You two have glasses. You're fine.
Hey, climb down out of there. We gotta have a chat.
You know what? For everybody that was just complaining about the size of the text and the new font, I would make fun of people with glasses. Oh!
Just because I have bifocals doesn't mean.
They're called progressives now,
They are called progressives.
so that you feel better about
I
yourself.
didn't know that.
It doesn't.
Oh damn! Your glasses are woke.
I also have progressives.
I thought I was going to need progressive lenses, and then my optometrist said my prescription has lessened, and it's just the fact that my glasses are too strong, and that's why things look bad. So,
Oh, wow.
yay me! That's the one part of my body that's aging in reverse. Everything else, I'm currently massaging. I'm doing like tennis ball exercises with my left foot due to foot pain. So,
Oh, fun.
yeah, I'm aging, just not my eyes.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a tennis ball. That sounds awesome.
It's really nice on the arches of your feet, I'll tell you.
Yeah. High arch shoes for the wins. Okay. These guys. I'm not sure if they actually come out, but you can. I'm bringing them out so you can see them. They're probably cowering in their coach still because you've just murdered two of their accomplices, and they're like, "What do you want?"
Yeah, hey, sorry about that.
I think we had that entire conversation as our characters. So they're just like, I have a strong prescription with progressives too. Oh, I have flat arches. Oh, and I have lower back pain. That's why we ride in the carriage and not on top.
I rub icy hot on myself.
They're like, who are these jokers?
They just smell. They've got that like odd grandpa smell of like icy hot Bengay.
Baby
the rear
powder.
of the carriage smells of mothballs.
Yeah.
Please,
So
please don't hurt us.
you're good. You're good.
We're not going to hurt you.
Step on out. We'd like to have a talk.
You murdered our colleagues.
Well,
So
they weren't so much your
no.
colleagues as much as they were a bunch of cronies pretending to be your colleagues. I mean, they were your colleagues, but they were also cronies.
What if we just straight up like, no, we're not gonna hurt you. We have no intention. Here's some hors d'oeuvres over here. Now, how do you feel about a duel?
Repeats. nothing like going into repeats during the summer. They're like, what do you mean? We don't know. What are you talking about? As far as their friends being corrupt
Yeah.
or whatever.
Oh
We'll
well.
just say, have you heard of Pyronite?
Pirate? No. What's Pyronite?
That wasn't in the books. These are accountants, right?
Right. Yeah. They're the shield marshals in general, not trying to, get Pyronite. Pyronite's a big hush-hush thing. Lovelace's goons definitely trying to get their hands on Pyronite and all that sort of stuff.
I mean, this feels a little bit like asking a police officer if they've heard of meth and them just being like, no. I mean, all the bad guys we deal with are after it, but I've never heard of it.
Shield marshals aren't after it in general at all. The corrupt shield marshals are holding it back from the actual everyone else. You guys are the only ones that are outside of the bad guys trying to get it and sell it, and the alchemists who are trying to make it off of one another. You guys are the only ones who know about Pyronite. It is not meant to be known by pretty much anyone else. I'm sorry if I've not gotten that feeling across.
It's more like missile silos. They're very dangerous, but the public doesn't know about them.
Essentially, and these guys are not higher ups in the army. They are accountants, essentially.
Verilla's gonna ask them their names.
This one says, why do you want our names? What are you going to do with us?
Verilla's gonna say, well, my friends, you see, this is an unfortunate circumstance, but you're going to have to help us now. We're your new colleagues. And she gives them just the most beatific smile she can. I'm Verilla.
Okay, give me a diplomacy. This feels like diplomacy.
Diplomacy, let's do it.
Oh, now that we're not in combat, the rest for the night and refocus buttons have taken over the move buttons, or move blocks on the side of the new HUD. That's also where treat wounds will be. So if you want to refocus your focus points at some point, then that's how we do it. Cool.
Oh, would you like this as a blind or public?
Yeah, it's blind.
Okay, that was supposed to be blind. I pressed the button, but too late.
So if you control click on it via the new HUD, it will just automatically roll that blind. It doesn't pop up with the extra stuff.
I thought I hit control, but I definitely did not. I hit it afterwards, I guarantee you that.
That's right.
That did not help.
So, hearing this, they're like, What do you want? What do you want from us?" Their hostility level seems to be less terrified and against you, and more just curious now, but still scared, as you've done a lot of murder. The blood of their companions is dripping into the stagecoach on top of them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Don't you guys want to get out of there? That's horrible. Come out here and talk to us.
Does anybody have any alchemical items on them right now? I just feel like making a show of just being here's an alchemist fire. Pyronite is like this, times infinity.
We have some Pyronite.
We have some Pyronite. Okay, so let's bust out some Pyronite. So Adriel will say, "Huh, you haven't heard of Pyronite? That's a little perplexing. Maybe there's just been some miscommunication between you and your GM this whole time. But anyway, Inari, show him what a little tiny bit of Pyronite looks like. This is what everyone, except for you guys apparently, is after. This is what is being sold. This is what is being traded. And this is what has fallen into the hands of Alkenstar's enemies. And this is what Loveless and his cronies, like your two friends up on the roof, and then you hear a schlop. Oh, no longer up on the roof. This is what they've enabled.
You very artfully display Pyronite. Loveless is a female half elf, by the way.
Okay.
In fact, in case, well, most of you would have seen what they look like, and you were all
Yeah.
surprised by what
In the first session, we run away from her in the
Episode
rust
1.
area.
Yeah, I'm just well, you guys were very surprised at what's his
What
name?
Muglin looked like? Yeah, we
Yeah.
were like, what? He's a fancy
He's a
halfling?
thing, and I thought I had brought that across, but apparently
Surprised to find out how I was so afraid of said person, but
there. Here's Angelique Lovelace.
That's not what I pictured at all. I imagined her more dashing,
Well,
like
I'm
a swoopy cat.
burst your bubble.
Are you providing a fashion critique? That's how we're gonna bring her down in the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
It's a
Ari's like,
walk-off.
I'll split your ends. Look at you.
Oh, jeez.
They're already split.
You're
Wow.
basic.
Harsh, man.
Okay.
Harsh.
All right. Okay.
wow.
So, Inari artfully displays the pyronite, and then you explode it.
No, I'm just showing them what it is.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna explode it while I'm holding it.
They're like, okay.
Anyhow, we need you to drive us into your base.
So, anyways,
I don't.
please.
What is happening?
Uh,
So
Okay.
you probably know your boss, Lovelace, is corrupt, and we're trying to bring her down.
She's not our
And you
boss. She's not our boss.
Not?
No, she was those guys' boss.
Oh. Well, who do you guys work for?
Show us the org chart.
Yeah, you guys are really up on the org chart here.
Bust out sales book.
we do want to see those figures.
We work for Arthur Franklin. Like, he's the head of the accounting department. What, like, you guys realize that we all have our own different divisions, right? Like, she doesn't.
Of course.
I mean,
She's
no.
not like the leader of all the shield marshals and all of everything, right,
All
guys?
right. We're gonna have to
like-
steal the faces of those other guys while we're at it.
What are you talking about?
So, as it turns out, you could just keep doing your job like regular, and we're the new guards for the carriage.
I'm not sure I feel comfortable with this.
Lovelace has information that we need to basically save Alkenstar. It's in grave danger on outside forces, and we are trying to cooperate together with other outside forces to prevent this from happening.
Listen,
So if you still want your money counting job, you
yeah.
should probably work with us.
Listen, you two are nerds. Haven't you ever wanted to really matter? To be a hero?
I just shh. I just try to shove a finger in Jacksonius' mouth.
I want a Ruxel diplomacy check, and I want a Jacksonius aid check on that. Please.
All right. Make an impression, or yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever aided anyone, to be honest.
Well, let's see what happens.
What's the role, or what do I
Diplomacy
Push
roll.
the aid button,
diplomacy?
and then choose a skill. And then accept.
Hit the A button. I don't know what that is. Oh, diplomacy, no.
Just roll a diplomacy check.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't aid with what you've done.
So I don't make it worse either?
No, that is a plus. Ruxel, they seem nonplussed by what you've said here.
I tried.
All right, Adriel will attempt. She'll say, what he means to say is that the city of Alkenstar is in danger, as demonstrated by the lovely Can we give it up for Inari with the Pyro Knight again? Yay! There she is. This is it. This is one of the most devastating weapons we've ever seen, and it has been sold into the hands of Alkenstar's enemies. It has been sold into those hands by Loveless and cronies like the ones we just shot off your roof. Now, we believe there's more information to know where and how this weapon might be used inside the vaults, and we need to get in. So what we're asking you is, do you love your country? Are you a proud Alkenstarian? Alkenstaner?
Alkin starter.
Alkenstarian.
All Ken stars. We're all Ken stars here, is what we're saying.
Can I aid with Alkenstar lore?
I would like you to describe how Alkenstar lore will apply to this aid.
I mean, I help. I interrupt Adriel, much like I'm doing right now, and share some facts of like what the Pyro Knight could destroy that are like landmarks or religious centers or.
Let's ask them what districts they're from, and then we could say, oh yeah, that's a great part of town. And like you said, this is what would get blown up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I like that. I don't mind when you reach for like a lore thing to roll. I need a motive behind it, like logic. I like it. I like
Oh,
it.
you like
Good.
this thing?
This is good.
Boom!
Yeah.
Oh, you like this thing? Flattened. You like this thing? Parking lot.
Yeah, they're like, I'm from Smokeside. One of them says, I'm from the first quarter.
Where was the Steam place at?
The Steaming Kingdom.
Yeah, what quarter was that in?
That den of scum and villainy. I think it's in the first quarter.
They've already tried to blow that up once.
Like, we wouldn't miss that place, but, like, I get it. Probably blowing up things is bad.
We
Like,
drive
yeah.
a wagon. Think of all of the traffic rerouting. If even the worst part of Alkenstar gets blown up, it's gonna be a nightmare.
oh man, imagine what would the commerce problem that would happen if they try and blow up the screw. If you recall, the screw being basically the transport from the lower part of the giant Alkenstar waterfall to the upper part. Oh, that seems like it'd be pretty bad. You're saying that what she's waving around, dancing performatively with, that can do it?
Exactly.
And they're trying to make more, tons more.
Like, okay. Look,
We need you to be heroes and help us save the city.
here's okay. We can do it. We'll help you. We want everything to work out okay. They sensed motive on you guys while you were doing that.
No.
Oh, sure.
I
I
didn't
didn't even
Like
realize
this
that can be done on us. I should be more mindful of that in the future.
Yeah, I can roll checks on my end that you don't know about.
Whoops.
All the time, even.
And here's the Alkenstar lore aid.
Oh yeah. I'll take that. Oh, critical success.
Oh
Nice.
wow.
I'll take. You know what? Let's see how friendly they get. Give me that diplomacy there, Adriel. On top of it.
Mm.
Adriel.
Oh, and I did get
Adriel.
aided on that, right?
Yep, a critical aid.
Ooh.
We're trying to romance them too. Is that what's going on
Do what we gotta do.
here?
Oh wow.
Hey,
All right,
nerdlings.
here
I bet it
goes.
gets awful lonely in that stagecoach of yours.
Yeah. So, just for fun skis, I'll let you know that that was a 37 that you just rolled.
Holy cow!
That's pretty good.
God,
They
we
are
best.
they move to friendly, helpful even actually, and they're like, oh, okay, we will help you, but we can't go in with you guys. That's just we can't. If we get caught, if you get caught, they're gonna know that us being there, things have gone wrong. So here's what I'll do. And it's Peyton, who's this guy. What? He's like, I'll set up. I'll set up the autopilot on the horses to get you into, well, back where we came from. But you need to beat us up a little bit, rustle our jimmies, and like make it look like we had nothing to do with this, and you guys can do your thing, but we cannot. If they're as corrupt as you say they are, we are in extreme danger if they think that we helped you at all. So you're gonna have to beat us up.
Mm.
Oh, just roll around in the sand a little bit.
Kelvin, do you wanna see if that hammer works a bit better now?
I mean, I got knuckle dusters.
Can they join our party?
Hey, here's an aid thing that I didn't realize before, until it just popped up in the chat log here. If you aid and you are a master with the check, it's actually a +3 if you critical succeed on it, not a +2.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
If you're legendary, it's +4, but we're not gonna have to deal with that part.
hmm.
I was just trained.
Still +2. Okay, so Peyton and Oakley set to work, dial everything in. They're like, okay, the horses will automatically stop for things that are in the way, but they'll continue on after that point.
Great.
Just you sit in there. It will take you in, and you can relax.
Oh no!
I was gonna say these are non-lethal, yeah.
And as they're saying this, Kelvin walks up and punches them both in the fucking face and knocks them out immediately. Because their creature level is -1 and they have an AC of 10 each.
Yeah, I was just
So-
about to say I know that it's low.
And Kelvin just throws them on the fucking ground.
Well, might as well rest for the night.
Leave
Well, hopefully they
dead
finish that up
colleagues
before-
next to him. What was that?
Hopefully they finish setting up the horses.
Yeah, they I think he, like, yes. Yeah, probably just strategically waited for it, but Kelvin could not wait to punch them fast enough with knuckle dusters. Okay.
I don't see any damage rolls.
Yeah, any sort of damage would be enough to knock them out. They have 10 hit points, so yeah, okay, 32 is going to just, and 30. They're going to just really have some concussions, actually, probably. You've given them some brain damage. They're going to have to get checked out for CTE when they inevitably die in some sort of morose way.
Oh
Kelvin.
God.
I blame Kelvin for this. And they set it up. You guys pack into the stagecoach.
Well,
And
now
these
we
things-
can take their outfits.
Oh,
these
What,
things
they're
start going.
fancy.
I think, Patrick, I think you killed Scale.
What was that?
I think you killed Scale.
I can breathe again now. My throat doesn't hurt from laughing anymore.
I started crying from laughing.
And you guys roll into town. With that, you know what? Let's take a little bit of a break here.
I just to allay anybody's fears for the nerdlings, I did cast Searing Restoration on them. So they are beat up and a little singed, but they're alive.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's nice for you. We'll take a little break and we'll be back to get yourselves into the Vault of Secrets. See you in 10.
All right.
And we're back. Let's do this. Let's break in to the Vault of Secrets. I figure, though, I should probably reread this section from earlier as to why you are doing this and what you were requested to do by none other than the Duchess of Alkenstar, Trietta Riccia. Phoebe said there were 3 things that you basically have to do as part of this mission. 1, hijack the stagecoach. Boom. Done. 2, find info on Lovelace, because you are trying to find where she is. Once you are inside the vault, you can collect info on Lovelace. Keep an eye out, she said, for suspicious paperwork, which might indicate her whereabouts, her most recent dealings with Alkenstar power brokers, or the names of potential accomplices, and escape undetected. The Vault of Secrets is crawling with shield marshals, both good and bad. Fighting your way out is not an option. Don't stick around any longer than you have to. Escape the way you came, and don't look back, she said to you. So
take our time and make a ruckus, like we always do. Got
that's
it.
the one. Yep. So, you guys ride along, and this thing goes in through the large walls surrounding Alkenstar, protecting it, and makes its way through the streets. Bustling city. Just hear people yelling, talking. Kind of the noises of the city passing you by as you kind of hunker down, trying to be stealthy in this thing. And it walks its way through to a dingy warehouse in Steamhaven. Let's see where we're at. I believe it came in through here, and it wanders its way all the way through up to Steamhaven up here. So it takes a while.
Is it comfy?
Not particularly. There's 7 of you all cramped into this stagecoach. You know, kind of in there.
Oh.
All cozy and comfy. Maybe you do some chit-chat while you're on your way there.
Actually, I was gonna see if I could treat my wounds on the way there because I think I was the only one that took damage that last
Oh, I
round.
took a lot of gunshots from that last lady.
Oh,
Oh yeah, you did.
You can do that, do some refocusing.
Uh-huh.
So,
Can you
I mean, if the trip took,
we're back to full.
yeah, it takes at least a hot half hour, I would say. So, let's good eye you all up. I will go back to the previous map because it's just gonna be easier that way. G'day can ward medic. How many of you at this point? Four of you at the same time. So here's a treat wounds. Who all needs right now? Inari.
Looks like just Inari and Ruxel.
yeah.
Mostly Inari.
So here's a treat wounds for the 2 of you.
Nice.
Jesus.
So 30 hit points back for the both of you.
Right, I'm up to full.
Remember, that was one roll. So 10 minutes of that they just spend treating your wounds, and you're all
Okay.
good.
And I refocus.
Okay.
Whoop. Did it do it?
All right. And yeah, you get to the outside of this warehouse in Steamhaven, and the carriage pulls into a freight elevator. The clockwork screeches as the gears move and lowers you down into the Vault of Secrets.
Oop.
And here we are.
Vault of Secrets.
Let's pull y'all in.
Vault of Secretions.
Yeah, I want to go in there.
I think that's just called the pit toilet.
And boom. Hello,
All right,
everyone.
which way did we come in?
You came in from this freight elevator.
Okay. Were we lowered down or rise up into?
You were lowered down.
I think
And-
down into the Vault of Secrets was
I thought that
literal.
indicated pretty well.
Okay.
It wasn't just a metaphor of like where our minds were going. I think maybe Fogel made it too dramatic.
Apologies. The clockwork steeds, after this lowers, chunk, just move things into place and back up into here.
Okay.
Now, if you stay in the carriage and watch things, you'll see from time to time groups of shield marshals walking through the area. If you peek out from the sides, you can see a door labeled Vault 14 to the southeast. And this door to the north labeled Vault 15.
This really does feel like we just landed on the Death Star. There's a
So,
bunch of
Vault
stormtroopers around.
14 is our goal. But if we want to be completionists, we should probably go in both.
Vault 13 needs a new water chip, though.
No.
That is true.
Yep. Oh
Are
boy.
Are these
I
doors
wonder
on
how
the
they
north
are.
and south? Is that where the shield marshals are coming to and from?
Yeah, so they kind of are going through from the south to the north or north to the south. You hear like people chit-chattering away, and then they kind of come through the area, and then they just continue along their path.
Okay.
Alright, we are gonna have to.
So we wait for a group to come through, and then immediately after they go out the other door, we spring into action.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe trying to like see if we can notice any kind of pattern, like if it's a patrol or are they just like meandering about.
Yeah, if you wait long enough, it doesn't seem like there's any sort of like settled rotation for this.
Okay. But we should probably get out of this as soon as possible, I would think.
Mhm.
Yeah. What vault is it that we absolutely need? Is 14?
14.
And that's to the southeast down here, correct?
Yeah, that's exactly where it is.
I could try to sneak over there.
You definitely can try that, yeah. You send out your stealthy guy?
Boy, we should have purchased some scrolls of invisibility, huh?
Yeah. I'm trying to think I
think
jumped the
I
gun on
have
that
a-
potion.
I have a
I
potion of invisibility.
yeah, I have
There
an
we go.
invisibility potion too.
There we
Uh,
go.
if you guys want to hand me one, I will definitely drink it and go out because it lasts up to like what, an hour unless I attack somebody or interact with something.
I think it's 10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Beautiful.
All right.
I clicked use so it would leave my inventory.
No,
So
can click
this
use.
does bring up the question. All right, so employees recognize one another, but like, is this a big enough organization where not everyone necessarily?
Oh shit. We could probably lie and say that we're from accounting too, or something like that. And they're not still with
just-
us, are they?
I'm just wondering, like, mainly from a distance, if we did have some sort of disguise, whether or not we would be immediately recognized. For sure. Just double checking.
I mean, you're not sure?
Yeah. Okay.
And the nerdlings are not with us, are they?
Oh, they're sleeping
Kelvin
it off
punched
in the
me
sand.
real hard in the face.
That's right. That's
Oh,
fine.
Probably
How does he do?
I feel like maybe we should have some people like on standby with uniforms on to maybe create a diversion. At least, like, I still think Ruxel with the invisibility potion, but then maybe just in case something happens or we, don't want Ruxel to be heard, for example, we pose as two shield marshals lifting heavy boxes. Lifting heavy boxes in the cargo room here, just to provide a little bit of extra cover.
Could I craft manacles?
That's a good question. Could you craft manacles? Do you have the parts to create manacles on you?
I'm gonna go with no.
It's not helping your case.
Then I'll say
No.
no. I'll say probably not.
Did we figure out what the significance of this carriage was?
I mean, you could definitely craft manacles, but you're not a miracle worker.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that scale?
Did we figure out what the purpose of this carriage was? Like, what was the reason why it was coming in? Did we learn that from the Duchess?
I don't think you did. I think
Apparently I
they went out for something, and it was just a return trip for it. Like, it was an empty carriage. There wasn't meant to be
did a
anything in it,
delivery, and we snagged it on the way back.
pretty much.
Would these other carriages here be something that they would use to give chase? Did we escape?
They all kind of have clockwork steeds on them, and the only way that you got in was from this freight elevator, so it would be an interesting chase. Because they would have to wait for the elevator to come down and then go up, and it's kind of a one-by-one situation.
Okay.
hmm
Let's use the
Like,
Pyro Knight and blow up the elevator.
On that note, do we see very clear, obvious controls or mechanisms to operate the freight elevator when we
Oh,
are
yeah.
ready? Okay.
You can even see there's a lever right there.
So what if we rely on Ruxel, who is invisible, to get in, have people available in uniform to do a quick distraction, and the rest of us just stay in the coach, ready to grab things, go and flip the switch as needed, and just try not to breathe or make too much noise. All I'm saying is, I feel like Adriel is just going to be alive. Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I was muted. I would say we go with that plan. Give me 10 minutes, and if I'm not back in 10 minutes, formulate a plan B of doing something.
I feel like some of us, Adriel, are mostly just going to be a liability in any sneaking attempts.
Yeah.
I've got decent stealth and another one of the invisibility potions, so maybe if Ruxel doesn't come back,
Oh shit!
or
Yeah.
I could go with Ruxel.
I think having 2 people go makes sense because then you could search twice as well in the vaults.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit concerned.
Invisibility bros.
A little bit concerned about some of the ambient noise I'm hearing in this area, but I don't know if anybody else is hearing roaring or not.
I'm
I
not.
would
And
assume
I'm not.
Not.
It's the
Ruxel invisibly opens the door, and then we all go in once the door's open.
I think Shave is about to be eaten by a bear in real life. He's just like, is anybody hearing these roaring noises? Like, no, man. It's like the roaring noises are getting louder, and now there are banging noises too.
it's weird. Before the stream, I took my normal honey bath, and I don't know.
I mean, I did actually question for a second if it was coming from outside.
There's gonna be a cocaine bear that comes through and murders.
this
This
bear
will
is
be the
coming from
biggest
inside the
thing
house.
that Shave's ever done. Clip.
What if we combine plans? Have 2 people dressed up as guards, use some rope to tie together the others, go through the door while invisible Ruxel and Kelvin go on ahead.
I mean, it might work.
Where are we putting the people, like fake prisoners, in as part of this? Just like in the wagon still?
This really is some Star Wars ass shit.
Yeah,
It is.
Maybe have 2 people dress up and stand outside the carriage and say these are people for questioning later.
There we go. We have 2 people dressed up outside. We have the rest of us tied up inside, and Ruxel and Kelvin invis sneaking. And
Okay.
Yeah.
I do want to. I know Fogel reiterated already, but you undetected was how it was phrased.
I mean, that's what she said to try and do. Yeah.
All right. I mean, we can only try the best that we can. May the rolls be ever in our favor.
You do know that Lovelist has disappeared, right? And like part of you going and breaking into her offices is to see if you can find the dirt on where she might have gone to, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yeah. I would say that's probably the best plan. 2 people stand outside the guard. The rest are tied up inside. Fake tied up. Like they can easily get out of their bonds, I'm sure. And then Kelvin and I can go in. It's a little bit of a split party, but it's almost like a buddy system too.
all right. So Kelvin and Ruxel.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be the best bet.
buddy system is a good way to look at it.
All right. I'm gonna head over to the door. Actually, I'm gonna roll stealth.
Is this to stealthily open the door?
Yes.
Well, let's get you in there, huh? Okay. So, you can bring yourself to the door and go ahead and open it.
Oh, it's not locked?
No.
All right.
Some vault.
I mean, it should only be shield marshals who are in here, right?
Yeah, but it's. Oh, I don't like this.
Oh
So-
no.
You walk into this, which looks like a bullpen, filled with desks. Normally, it would be staffed by, a full garrison of shield marshals, but is currently empty.
I'm going to start skimming paperwork at the desks real quick.
You gonna start skimming it now?
Yeah, just start reading, seeing if I can see anything, looking for notes.
Sure.
Pertaining to Loveless.
Okay.
Okay.
And you're just doing this in the bullpen?
Well, there's like notes on all the desks and stuff, right? I assume like in the, like I see on the map.
Yeah, there's some stuff there. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But ahead of you, you do see like there's an office directly in front of you.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that door right here.
Apologies, I didn't describe that well enough.
Oh, no, it's
you can see like that the bullpen's up front here, and this room extends pretty far back.
Yeah, I can see this. It's like a hallway, kind of.
Yeah. And there's at least one office that you can see here. If you look in through the windows there, Kelvin, you can see that this kind of looks like it's purpose built to look over the bullpen. There is a giant desk in the center of the room with a couple of chairs sitting in front of it. And it looks like it's very well organized.
I will check the door.
Yeah, go ahead.
Check it for traps.
Okay,
That be perception?
it would. It would. Yeah, you don't notice any traps.
I'm going to see if the door is locked and try to open it.
Yeah, go ahead. Click on it. See what happens. It opens
It's
up.
gone.
Oh no.
All doors are guns. All right. So we make our way in. This is a chest I see, correct?
That does look like a chest. Mhm.
I would whisper to Kelvin. I don't know where they're at. I just know hopefully they're like nearby. Kelvin, if you're in here, check the desk. I'm gonna check this trunk.
You guys didn't do like a conga line in there?
Oh yeah, we're just tapping each other on the shoulders.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll check for traps on the trunk again, I guess.
Okay. Go for it.
I'll check for any traps in the desk.
Ruxel, you don't notice any traps? Kelvin, you don't notice any traps.
All right, I'm gonna try to open the chest.
Okay. The chest opens.
Is there anything of significance inside?
Okay, you see a bunch of papers as well as several what looks to be pieces of evidence. Maybe. There's
Luckily, the evidence is clearly labeled.
it's in evidence bags, right?
I see.
You see what looks to be some form of dust. Some one piece of ammunition. Just a bullet. But it looks like there is some magic written on it. Two what looks to be lassos. And a rune. Carved onto a rune stone.
Whoa.
As well as a bunch of papers.
I'll read the papers really quick too, just to see if they say anything about the evidence.
Sure. Roll me. By the way, did you close any of these doors as you were going through? Or did you leave them open?
We definitely closed them behind us.
I would say that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, if you're looking through there, I need you to roll a society or accounting lore or legal lore or underworld lore check.
If you need any help, let me know.
I could do a decipher writing. That's about it for society.
It's just a straight up society check.
Alright.
Yeah. You're just sifting through these stacks of papers. Ooh, okay. As you sift through, let's see which piece of information you get here. Okay. You see a tattered day log as part of these papers that indicates that Lovelace has met with Christia Tombend, whom you've recently seen was schmucking it up with Ibrium. She's met with her with Christia on many occasions, and that Tombend is hosting a gathering at her flat in Grayson's Fingers tomorrow, and the daylog contains invitations to the event.
Taking it. Immediately putting that in my bag.
Okay. Kelvin, what are you searching through? The death, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me one of those checks.
Said Arcana, Society, or
Society, or one of three lores: accounting, legal, or underworld.
Society it is.
Okay. You guys are actually rolling, surprisingly, well.
Invisible Bros.
Yeah.
Okay, you have you look and see some sheets of paper dedicated to a person named Dash, some form of cattle rustler who is an associate of a person named Harangel Faruza, which the Shield Marshals have not been able to find this person yet.
What was that second name again?
Harangel Faruza.
So they couldn't wrangle them up.
Oh boy. Rhangyl. That's Wrangle. Faruza. Foruza. That's how I've decided to pronounce it.
And that person's a cow wrestler?
Cattle rustler.
Oh, wrestler.
Oh, nothing like cow.
Finishing move is the milkshake.
Oh. Does it
I'll roll for
bring
psychic damage.
all the boys to the yard?
Hmm.
Okay.
And we pretty much determined that this is Lovelace's office, correct?
You get the feeling that this is likely Lovelace's office.
Okay. I'm also gonna stash all the evidence in the bag too, because she's probably using it to like blackmail people and screw her.
Oh, don't worry, I already jammed it into your party sheet.
Yeah.
Did Ruxel notify me that there was maybe some magic to detect?
No, but I will. I keep forgetting that that's something you can do.
I will say though, as you're searching, your friends see and you guys begin to hear this group of people coming through.
Quick, get to the corners.
You hear footsteps coming down the hall, and these people
Guys,
come
I
charging.
think those are windows.
I know, but we're still invisible.
Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to know
Yeah.
that. Sorry. My bad. I didn't say anything.
Okay. But you would just begin to hear some footsteps echo through the hall.
I'm gonna whisper over to Kelvin, like, I think we got what we came for. I think we need to go.
There's still more stuff to sheaf through.
Mm.
Lol.
Oh no.
I didn't ask for what you just failed, but if you want to go ahead and fail it critically, you can.
Yeah, I guess how much time has passed?
We're into rounds right now as you
Okay.
hear these people coming down the hall, okay? We're in a faux initiative that's not really initiative currently.
Gotcha.
But I'm going to let you guys say what you're doing currently. Okay? And that will act as your kind of like what's going on.
I will sift through some more paperwork. Jeez, that was tough for me.
Okay.
Going through more of the desk.
Yeah, give me a society check.
That was a shitty roll. It just slid across the screen.
Kelvin, you don't find anything else while you're searching through. Ruxel, you find one more piece of information here. A newspaper clipping that seems to be standing out amid her things here as you're searching through it. In this article, you see that the aforementioned Wrangel Feruza was captured by the Shield Marshals and is scheduled for a public hanging in 2 days' time.
I will grab that as well too.
Do you want to keep searching?
I will do it one more time.
Okay. I'm going to make each one of these searches one action, okay? We are in, again, like a flexi sort of...
Okay. Initiative.
Yeah,
Alright.
well, kind of in initiative, in some form of encounter order here, right?
I want to identify magic that Ruxel had found.
You want to take the 10 minutes to do that?
Oh, I do not want to do that.
You can detect magic. And if you do, you feel that there's magic pinging somewhere in this room.
Wow.
That's what detect magic does.
Okay, never mind.
Identify magic is a 10-minute activity.
That's
So, Ruxel, you feel like you keep looking and you're not seeing anything peek out at you.
Alright. I think it's time to go.
Go.
Yes. Start heading back.
The rest of you are dressed up. What are you guys doing?
Anari's posing as a shield marshal.
Okay. So
She's
you're
a
not
dwarf.
hiding
Adriel is
She
I
look
know.
like a human.
You're not hiding.
Adriel is
in there.
definitely inside the cart still, pretending to be a prisoner, I guess.
Yep, Vrilla's hiding
Yeah.
in the cart.
There's two people outside though.
Yeah, who's the second that's posing as a shield marshal right now?
I mean,
Garai.
I mean,
Yeah.
if I'm not any more conspicuous, I can do it.
Can kitty cats be shield marshals? I think so.
Why not?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, I'm going to slowly try to open this door, and I know with Ruxel being an elf, like I could probably slip through something a lot more slimmer. So I'm trying to be mindful of like trying to sneak Kelvin.
What are you saying?
Well, you're a thick boy, Kelvin. You're just a thick boy.
Yep.
Give me a stealth check.
Yes. Come on, don't fail me.
The door opens. Okay. And yeah, these guys are like moving further and further in the hall, but they're kind of like moseying as they're going through, just kind of chit-chatting with each other. Not really like trying to pay attention to anything in particular. They're not on the lookout for anything out of place. So, Inari and Garai, it's or is it Jacksonius? It's Jacksonius, right? So, let's see. Should I have them roll something? I'm kind of against your deception DC. Let's see what happens. Okay. Alright. Just kind of passively looking by, and they don't really take notice of you. They're just kind of going in, and they come over, and you hear them shift over, and this lead guy comes up, opens the door, and they all kind of start to go through.
Okay, we're gonna go as soon as they go through that door.
I'm like pressed up against Jacksonius. I'm trying to avoid being touched. Like, ah!
Did I see if they had pins or not? Are they members of the secret
Yeah,
society?
give me a perception check.
Perception.
Oh yeah, all of them had some sort of broken heart thing on them. A little emblem on a hat, a little like someone carved it like into the leather of their armor, like all sorts of stuff. And like as the door is closing here, you guys hear like the lead guy there say something along the lines of like, "All right, boys, Lovelace wants us to get rid of anything that might raise questions before the big show. Let's get cleaning," and he closes the door.
Ruxel just whispers to him, "We need to leave now. we need to
Yeah.
disappear."
Do we?
like
Are we just on foot at this point? Do we take the stagecoach back with us? Or
I think we
I don't-
leave the stagecoach here.
yeah,
That's-
we can't
that's the
even.
question.
I don't know if we can reprogram the clockwork. Well, could Kelvin?
Calvin is expert in
'Cause-
clockwork.
Didn't those nerds-
that makes it more. Does that make it better or worse for the?
Probably better to leave with the carriage.
And you
Unless
guys
they
stay
can
in guard.
check
Yeah.
When the carriages are scheduled to come and go.
Yeah, is that better or worse for our accountant friends that we beat up?
I mean, their story is that we beat them up and took their carriage.
Yeah.
Why don't we
Well,
just
then,
take
well,
them with us
Carriage.
if we're taking the carriage?
Well, we left them
Because
behind.
they're
I
Already
think.
Yeah.
left them behind. That's
They're
well-
long gone.
Oh.
Yeah, we left them in the desert. That was part
Oh
of the
yeah,
plan,
then fuck
so.
them. Yeah, that I completely. For some reason, I thought we left them in the carriage when we said we left them. Duh.
Not enough room.
I mean,
Alright.
They didn't
I
want
think
to be
you
a
would-
part of it.
if it comes down to it, it would look less suspicious for a carriage to be using the freight elevator than 7 adventurers
Yeah.
using the
Point.
freight elevator.
Very good point.
So I think that we get our invisibles back on the freight elevator. We keep everyone who's not in a shield marshal costume. Costume as if it's fake, as if we bought it at the store. Not in a uniform, inside the carriage, and then someone flips the switch and hops on.
One of the Invisibles.
Now,
Yeah.
do the characters have to be like? Did the nerdlings like program them to enter here,
Yep.
or was that already
They
done?
turned on the autopilot, so
Okay. Shucks. So we probably would need to figure out a way to do that. Get out. If anybody questions us on the way out, I think we just say what the guy said, like, "Hey, we've been tasked by Loveless. Make sure to see if they have any pins on them or any emblems." I know we probably wouldn't, and say we're just getting rid of evidence, no questions asked, and just keep moving.
So Calvin looks like he might be able to make this happen. With the horses.
yeah. What do you think?
I think all
think-
we got to do is like, yeah, maybe Kelvin do a little crafting check just to figure out how to turn on the autopilot again. I don't think we need to do too much. I don't think we need to like make sure they have the coordinates to another city. I think we just need to
Get out.
make it, yeah, make it look like they are marching away, and then we scatter as soon as we're out of sight.
Yep.
So, is that the plan, Kelvin? Is that what you want to do? Ooh,
Crafting check.
there it is.
Nice.
Natural question mark.
Yeah, Kelvin, you're able to set the autopilot out to the previous destination.
Boom.
You flick it on, I assume.
Yep.
So I'll get in.
Yep, you guys pack in the clockwork horses. Move, start to grind to life, and turn. Pull yourselves onto this freight elevator, and it's just kind of automatically goes on and heads up and out. And you get up to the top floor, which is again this kind of dingy looking warehouse, and there doesn't seem to be anyone inside of it. It just kind of pulled out, and you're out into Alkenstar.
Oh, I was really waiting for the moment that something went wrong.
God,
You
yeah.
guys
A whole
rolled-
map that we didn't even get to see.
You guys rolled extremely well,
All right.
and came up with a
Oh.
very intelligent plan.
Invisibility
are
potions.
smart.
They're pretty handy to have.
Yeah. So, you guys head out back into Alkenstar. Is there a point where you kind of duck out?
I would say is
We're
either
probably
out of the
go back-
district.
Because it's heading back out this way, right?
We
out
want
for
to go back to the barrel and bullet, I think.
Well, the barrel and bullet is right here, so you can
Jump
probably
off
duck
it.
out.
Yeah.
Close to that.
Okay.
And then
Yeah,
we'll
I'll
go to
s-
the party tomorrow night.
Yeah, because we have information on the party with invites.
Uh-huh.
We also have the information on
Wrangle.
Cow Wrestler, and that he's going to be executed by hanging in 2 days.
Yeah, so party tomorrow night, and then we'll break up the hanging the day after.
Uh-huh.
Sounds good.
That's a rootin' tootin' plan.
Before we head out, would you like to identify some items?
Yes.
Yep, I'm on it.
Okay. You've got dust. You've got one piece of ammunition. You've got 2 lassos and a rune. What you want to try your hand at?
Give me that bullet.
Okay. In the chat.
Yep.
This is a piece of explosive ammunition. For one action, it costs 130 gold pieces on its own. This one bullet. It is coated in gritty black soot. When you activate it, or when it's activated and it hits a target, the missile explodes in a 10-foot burst, dealing 6d6 fire damage to each creature in the area. It is a bullet that delivers the spell Fireball.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Great
Except in a
Jacksonia.
10-foot burst, not
Right.
12.
That goes to Jacksonia, so he can do like 300 damage or something.
Well, I was gonna say, unless what is Ruxel the other option, or
No, it's you. You are the death shot.
all right.
That is amazing.
It is in the party sheet.
Alright.
What next? You've got some dust, some lassos, and a rune.
With the dust.
The dust.
The dust. That needs a crafting check.
Oh, that's not. I'm no good at that. I throw it at
What
Calvin.
about
On it.
engineering?
Well, Kelvin, you take a look at this and kind of immediately know that
Cocaine.
is lich dust. It is literally dust salvaged from the remains of a destroyed lich. It has paralytic properties. It is a poison with a maximum duration of 6 minutes, an onset of 10 minutes, a DC 28 fortitude save attached to it. Stage 1 is just fatigued for a minute. Then stage 2 for a minute, 5d6 poison damage and fatigued. Then stage 3, 5d6 poison damage, fatigued, and paralyzed for a minute.
Jeepers.
It is
Damn.
worth 110 gold pieces.
Wow.
This one consumable.
Alrighty. Find somebody to feed that to. Lassos.
Lassos. Okay. That's magic again. Denari, you're not sure what this is.
Okay. Anybody else want to take a gander?
I will.
Kelvin,
Yeah.
these are 2 Lawbringer's lassos. They are a form of net that can be used to grapple creatures up to 30 feet away with a DC 18 athletics check to open, an escape DC of 18. It's permanently attached to a 30-foot rope. When you use it to grapple, you receive a +1 item bonus to grapple checks against creatures with a chaotic trait. I'm going to update that because chaotic doesn't exist anymore. And if you roll a crit fail on your attempt to grapple, you get a failure instead.
So this is for a strong character, like Calvin.
Yeah, for a 30-foot grapple is what it is.
Range, grapple.
Each one of those is 100 gold pieces.
I'll take one.
And then let's pop this rune into chat.
Pop that rune into chat.
Who's
I was
our
gonna
next
say.
strongest character, or next best athletic? It's probably Varilla, or maybe
Yeah,
Adro.
Rose pretty athletic.
Yeah, it's one of us two. I'm not sure.
Let's
What are
see
you
what the
guys?
party skill says. Kelvin is the largest at 18. Adriel is 16. Gerai is 14. Varilla 13. Jacksonius 12. Ruxel 10.
I think that
10
makes
is the weakest athletic. That's crazy.
Adriel's
No,
second.
Ganari has 0. That's the weakest.
Oh.
If you want
Yep,
to
I'm
use it.
grabbing that other Lawbringer's lasso then.
And this last thing you find. Oh, this is tasty.
It's an
This is
unusual
something-
object.
This is something that Scale asked about before, and I was wondering if they would attempt to buy it or not. It's an armor rune of invisibility.
Oh. Oh, sweet.
Oh, that is Scale and Ruxel all over it. Like, no question.
Oh.
Now, it is a once per day 10 minutes of invisibility for one action. Here's the thing, though, and this is what Scale and I discussed before. Right now, there's a shadow rune on Ruxel's armor that gives Ruxel a +1 bonus to stealth checks, to any stealth checks. And being that it is +1 armor, you can only have one +1 or one property rune on the armor at a time. So,
We also need to get him another bonus to his armor.
yeah, you need a +2 armor rune for Ruxel to equip both.
What does
Easy.
that cost? Like a good 1,500 gold
It's
piece
a
or
lot.
so?
It's like,
If not more.
Isn't there a
It's a lot.
cloak?
oh, there was a cloak that you were looking at. That
It's like
yeah,
a
I
cloak
think so.
of, I don't want to say
Well, it
cloak
sounds
of
like
illusion.
Coronari gets invisibility rune on her.
Maybe the
clothes.
cloak of elven kind. But yeah, it's an invisibility rune. It's a 500 gold pieces for an invisibility rune, and that is in there.
Wow. I mean, certainly Ruxel's, if Ruxel wants it, though, as we just discussed, maybe that conflicts with your other rune that you already have. Otherwise, I would say who wants to be the rogue understudy and do some roguey things and be able
Well,
to sneak a
Inari
bit.
is as good at thievery as Ruxel is.
I think that makes Inari a good rogue
Uh,
option number
stealth,
2.
Stealth, she's tied with Kelvin and Varilla.
Armor potency +2, by the way, is 1,060 gold pieces.
I don't think that's quite in our budget just yet.
Isn't it fun to be getting loot though? That's in the like many hundreds of gold pieces category.
Uh-huh.
Would the invisibility interfere with like enemies being able to target you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of the idea.
Yep.
Yeah, then I'd say for Inari, because Inari has not a lot of hit points.
So, invisibility. It does act like the invisibility spell, where if you do a hostile action, then it goes away.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, I wouldn't need it anyway because I'm looking at the Cloak of Illusions on Archives of Nephis, and it has a draw hood manipulate thing where I get the effects of invisibility once per day,
All right,
Oh.
there you go.
and
So
it
that-
adds +1 to my stealth bonus checks.
Well, it won't
Or-
stack, but yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, but that like that
It's still
covers a few
invisibility.
things.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I ain't shitting
Oh.
on it at all.
No, not at all. So I don't need that room then. That works.
Okay, well, dibbies.
So, out of
Yeah.
curiosity, does stealth work differently in terms of hostile action?
So when you when you're invisible, you're just straight up undetected unless something is actively seeking you. Then they can, try and get you to hidden or whatnot, right? So, like, the reason why Ruxel and Kelvin were able to get past all those people is that they weren't, like, looking for them whatsoever. Like, there weren't even a glimpse in their eye. It was just, they were straight up invisible. So they were unnoticed, which is like if you were to attack while you're unnoticed, while you're invisible, right? Even while you're hidden, they're off guard to you. So for a ranged person, it is typically difficult to get off guard to your shots, but if you started to shoot from invisibility, you would break the invisibility right away, but that first shot is going to be with them being off guard from range.
Okay. But if
Does that answer your question?
Well, I was wondering, like, stealth specifically, if that's any different. Like, if you...
It's still the same stealth roll that you have.
Okay, but does it break stealth when you attack?
Yeah,
Yes.
stealth is much less lenient than invisibility. Even like stealth breaks when you do anything,
Right.
basically.
As soon as you move out of it.
As soon as you move out from cover, that breaks stealth. There are some abilities that, in like some ancestries or monsters that have abilities to, like, if you're moving through low light, you can do so with a stealth check and maybe continue to stay hidden, even though
Right.
you're not behind cover anymore. But for the most part, with stealth, as soon as you step out from whatever you're hiding behind, yeah, you're detected. Stealth is good for like getting, like Fogo was kind of saying, the first shot, or to avoid being found defensively, but it's not so good for like I'm going to sneak around infinitely and stab people in the back. It's like you get one.
Like, okay, here's an example, right? You have a pillar here and a pillar here, right? And there's a gap in between them, right? If the pillars are too far apart for you to reach while you're sneaking, you can roll a stealth roll and sneak between the two of them, right? If you end your movement behind the other pillar, then you're still in stealth, technically, right? But if you end your movement and you are just short of the pillar, because stealth, unless you have fast stealth, which is a skill feat, you can only go half your speed, right? So if you end and you're short of the pillar and you want to go and finish and get to the other pillar on your next move, you already stopped in the middle of the, like, view. People can see you, and then you have to fucking, like, get out from there. But you have gone from, hidden to observed, which is just straight up, you get nothing for that.
Right.
There's even, like, the first level rogues, right? There's a first level rogue feat that lets you, like, hit, like, you can stealth up behind someone and then attack them, and they're still off guard to you because of how you did your movement. You can't, like, stealth, move, and attack, and then they're off guard to you, because as soon as you stop moving, they're like, oh shit, you're right behind me, and then they stab them,
Mm. Okay, cool.
Does
Thanks.
that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
I know it's very in-depth, but, like, stealth rules are kind of hard to wrap your brain around if you're not actively, like, having to deal with them all the time.
Would delivering lich dust count as an attack?
It's a hostile action. Not
Okay.
attack, hostile action.
Okay.
Now, it depends on how you do it. Like, if you put it into someone's soup, I
So
would
that-
say that is not an actively hostile action.
That poison says it needs to be ingested. So
Yeah,
it's
it's an ingested
designed to
poison.
be mixed into food.
You could, like, put it in someone's relish and then say, would you like some relish on your hot dog? There you go.
I mean, you could always, like, go up and just jam it into their mouth.
Okay. But that
No,
would
The end
make
of my
you-
hammer.
I want to keep naming different sauces and condiments that we can mix it in.
Oh, I shouldn't have put it in the bomb.
A delightful
Here.
chutney.
Chocolate syrup.
How
put
about
it
a fondue?
Some mole.
Salsa.
Okay, so we're done for today, right?
Well, okay. Do you guys want to decide who gets the Lich Dust and who gets the invisibility rune?
Oh, Inari sneaks the rune.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Rune to Inari, I think that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
We haven't done much with poisoning, but I feel like that's another kind of rogue-like thing. Like,
Sneak, sneak, sneak. Poison, poison, poison.
isn't
I do have some poison on me.
Isn't it a thievery check to conceal an object? So
Yeah.
it would make sense if we're going to try to put a little dust on someone's food or something like that, that it would need to be someone with high stealth.
Uh-huh.
So, man,
And
this
hey-
is just like the rogue's delight of
You're going to a
little
party
session here.
tomorrow, so
Yeah, I think that should probably go to Roxel. He's the best in stealth and in thievery of the group.
I will add it to my poisons.
all right, cool. Now I guess you just got to think of what you're going to wear to this party tomorrow.
Gotta
So-
decide who gets those 3 copper pieces.
You
That's a good point.
All right. With that, we're gonna wrap it. See what your party is up to the next day, and that might be all of next session. We'll see. I'm excited to see if this is a full next session or if it's a partial. All right. Yeah. 2 weeks. We'll see. 2 weeks is a Labor Day. Is anyone planning on going into labor?
I will not be going into labor.
No.
Finally.
Oh, I love that shirt.
That is a cool shirt. Now that I can see what the whole thing is, yeah.
All right. Then I guess we'll see you on Labor Day.
Patrick, you changed shirts too?
Alright.
No.
Nope, that's me. Later, bitches.
Bye.
Laters.
Bye.
Bye.